What just happened might be the biggest legal pushback we've seen all year. In a single week, multiple federal courts stepped in and blocked some of the harshest immigration orders from the Trump administration, including moves to take away birthright citizenship, deport TPS holders, and block refugees at the border. This video breaks it all down: what the rulings mean, who they protect, and what's coming next. Let's get started. Birthright citizenship saved for now. One of the most shocking executive orders from the Trump White House tried to eliminate birthright citizenship. The order claimed that children born in the U.S. to undocumented immigrants were not citizens, even though the 14th Amendment says otherwise. But a federal court just issued a nationwide class action injunction in a case called Barbara versus Trump et al. That means every child born in the U.S., regardless of their parent status, is still a U.S. citizen. No state or agency can deny them citizenship. The Constitution still stands. This is a major victory, not just for immigrant families, but for anyone who believes in equal protection under the law. Venezuelans on TPS get a lifeline. Next, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals made a powerful decision for over 350,000 Venezuelans living in the U.S. The administration attempted to end TPS, temporary protected status, for Venezuelan nationals, despite the humanitarian crisis back home. But the court blocked the order. Why? Because returning these individuals could mean deportation to dangerous third countries, separation from U.S.-born children, life-threatening situations on arrival. The ruling keeps TPS protections intact, at least temporarily, and acknowledges the severe instability in Venezuela. Afghan TPS protections upheld. The Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals also took a strong stance, this time for Afghan nationals. After the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan, thousands of Afghans were granted TPS due to life-threatening conditions under Taliban control. But that protection came under threat when a new executive order attempted to strip TPS for Afghans. The court responded quickly, acknowledging these individuals had worked alongside U.S. troops, highlighting the moral obligation America has to protect its allies, blocking the attempt to revoke TPS. This decision not only saves lives, it honors promises made to those who stood by the U.S. during wartime. TPS for Haitians, protected by Seattle court. The courts didn't stop there. A federal district court in Seattle blocked the revocation of TPS for Haitian nationals, recognizing the ongoing violence and political collapse in Haiti. TPS exists for one reason: to shield people from being deported into danger. The judge's message was clear: Haiti is not safe. People cannot return without severe risk. The government cannot remove TPS without legal justification. For the Haitian community, this is a huge relief, but the fight isn't over. The travel ban? Not so fast. Finally, Proclamation 10949, the controversial refugee travel ban, was also struck down. The administration had tried to block refugees from entering the U.S., even those who had already passed vetting and were assigned official refugee status. But the courts intervened again. They ruled that refugees who passed all background checks cannot be denied entry. The proclamation violates existing immigration laws. The executive branch cannot rewrite refugee policy on its own. This ruling reinforces that immigration policy must follow the law, not political agendas. So, what does all this mean? In a political climate filled with fear, delay, and deportation threats, the courts have become a rare source of balance. And this week, they delivered major wins for immigrant communities. Here's what we've learned. Birthright citizenship is still protected. The Constitution holds. TPS for Venezuelans, Afghans, and Haitians remains in place for now. The refugee travel ban has been blocked. The process must be lawful. But these are temporary victories. Appeals are already underway, and many of these cases may head to the Supreme Court next. Why it matters? More than 500,000 people rely on TPS just to live and work legally in the U.S. Many have been here for years. They've built lives, started families, paid taxes, followed the rules. Without TPS, they'd be deported overnight, some to countries they barely know or can't safely return to. And for children born in the U.S., the threat of losing citizenship was a terrifying possibility. This week's rulings brought hope. But the threat isn't gone. Stay prepared, stay informed. If you or someone you know is a TPS holder, or you're part of a mixed status family, here's what you should do now. Don't assume protections are permanent. These cases are not final. Stay in close contact with your immigration attorney. Track appeals and court dates closely. Avoid traveling internationally unless fully advised it's safe. Renew work permits and TPS documentation early. Federal courts have stepped in, but you still need to protect yourself. Closing thoughts. These legal victories show something powerful. The courts are still willing to hold the line when rights are being threatened. But we can't afford to be passive. Immigration law is changing fast, and the next wave of policies could come any day. We'll keep you updated on everything that happens next, especially if these cases reach the Supreme Court. If this video helped clarify what's going on, please like, share, and comment below. And don't forget to subscribe for weekly immigration news.